Let's take a look at the stock market today. We're seeing a massive drop across all markets. The market is set to open in just a few seconds, and we will analyze it live. We'll also look at volatility and market forecasts. I'll show you what's happening with the VIX, as we've seen an incredible spike. I also want to remind you that I posted a video a week ago where I specifically predicted this, drawing the exact candles. You can watch that video for more context. So the market has already opened, and there's a huge gap. The volatility is of course incredible right now, and we'll be watching closely to see what happens next. I also want to point out that we have a 5.5% gap, not only on the daily charts, but also on the weekly charts. We see that even on the weekly intervals, the gap is enormous. In fact, such a gap on weekly intervals is almost unprecedented. Similar gaps were seen only during the coronavirus crisis. If we look at 2008, there were no such gaps. So these gaps are unbelievable, and we didn't see such gaps even in the 2000s. The only comparable event was during the COVID-19 lockdown, but that was due to an incredible global lockdown. What's happening now? We'll of course analyze this together. Everyone probably knows that this market turmoil started with the simultaneous drop in Japanese company stocks. We'll also cover this today. They dropped 13% at one point, but closed slightly higher, and this is one of the steepest declines we've seen recently. At this moment, the market is slowly starting to recover, but it's unclear if the recovery will hold. Let's also take a look at Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. As we can see, Bitcoin is sitting right at the $50,000 level. It could break lower, and companies like MicroStrategy open 25% down. By the way, I always mention that if Bitcoin drops over the weekend, we could see a 25% decline, and that's exactly what happened. I predicted it, and it came true. Now, let's take a look at the markets, the volatility, and see what's going on. We'll analyze everything from the beginning. As we can see, volatility is off the charts, especially for near-term expirations, around 50%. I'm referring to the VIX. But even for longer-term expirations, we see that volatility is also starting to rise. Let's look at the volatility skew. Of course, the volatility skew on the S&P 500 index is heavily tilted towards the bearish side, towards the put options. Investors and traders are hedging based on the incoming information. We also see that the historical volatility, the gray line, compared to the implied volatility, the white line, is significantly lower, indicating that implied volatility has surged disproportionately. Let's examine the option trading volumes and see what they can tell us. Naturally, for the S&P 500 index, most of the volume is concentrated at the 5,000 level. This makes sense, as 5,000 is a critical threshold for the S&P 500, and crossing it could lead to further market turmoil. Now, let's look at some key stocks. Tesla is also experiencing a significant drop today, as is Nvidia. I've mentioned in all my videos that if a recession starts, Nvidia could fall to $50 or even lower. Apple has also seen a sharp decline, but we're seeing some slight buying activity now. There's also news that Warren Buffett has sold a substantial amount of Apple shares and has amassed an enormous amount of cash. Clearly, Warren Buffett is preparing for extreme market conditions, although the market is still behaving relatively stable. We're also getting breaking news that there might be an emergency rate cut. In fact, late last night, there were statements suggesting a possible 0.25% cut, but as the market opened today, there are now talks of a 0.75% cut, with another 0.75% cut potentially happening at the September meeting. I want to remind everyone that I've mentioned in all my videos that I'm expecting a recession by the end of the year, and I still do. I've also said that the market could drop by at least 50% or more. The question is, have we started the decline yet? That's the main point. Of course, I don't know for sure. I can't predict price movements. I'm simply analyzing what's happening in the market, and we'll be doing that together right now. Actually, until the recent events, right up until Monday and last Friday, I was expecting that we would naturally see a rise and set new all-time highs before entering the main phase of the recession. But I also want to remind everyone that when interest rates are lowered, the active phase of the recession begins. Some say we already had a recession in 2022. My friends, that might have been a micro-recession, but it was nothing significant. The real phase begins, of course, after interest rates are lowered. I want to point out that the U.S. national debt is at an all-time high, now exceeding $35 trillion. Where can it go from here? It's hard for me to imagine. Let's take a closer look at the national debt. As we see, interest rates on 20-year bonds have dropped by 4%, but we saw similar drops in December 2023 and early 2023. The levels were even lower in 2022 and early 2023. So at the moment, I don't see significant movements in the bond market. The bond market hasn't really shifted, although the yield curve inversion is off the charts. And this is why I say a recession is coming, because an inverted yield curve has always led to a recession. That's a fundamental rule. So the question is, will we rise further, Or have we already reached the peak? It's hard to say, but I believe the chances that we've already hit the all-time high have increased. I also want to remind everyone that if a recession occurs, I don't expect us to see new all-time highs in the coming years. It could actually take decades. Don't be surprised by this. Again, this is just my opinion, but it's based on the fact that the situation isn't great. We have a massive debt burden, and it's unclear how it will be serviced. The question is whether the bond market will drop enough to allow the U.S. Treasury to increase the issuance of debt securities. If we remain at around 4%, that would be very bad. And the most important point I want to make is that if interest rates drop, but the bond market doesn't move, we could see a real collapse, especially in 10-year and 30-year bonds. What I'm saying is that if interest rates drop to zero, but 10-year and 30-year bonds are still yielding 3 to 4%, it would be unprecedented. This could lead to a prolonged downturn, possibly lasting decades. The 2008 financial crisis might seem like a walk in the park compared to what lies ahead because we're entering this situation in a very poor position. Consider that in 2020, many companies should have gone bankrupt, but they were saved by the printing of money. Now we're carrying a huge burden, a lot of so-called zombie companies that could cause everything to collapse. I've also mentioned before that a lot of low-quality companies have been added to the S&P 500 and NASDAQ indices, such as Super Microcomputer. I've made many videos about this company, warning that its collapse was inevitable, and now it has happened. The problem is that this company was added to the S&P 500 at around $901,000. Pension funds and index investors were buying it at $1,000 while savvy investors were getting rid of it. Now, of course, it's dropping on pension funds' money. And there are more and more such low-quality companies in the S&P 500, not to mention NASDAQ. As we see, the market is starting to recover a bit. This is a positive trend, and we might even close in the green today. But my friends, in a strong economy where everything is fine, this kind of volatility doesn't happen. Such volatility indicates that something bad might be on the horizon. We're also getting reports that some brokers are down, including Charles Schwab, one of the biggest brokers. It's very strange that it's not working. E-Trade, Fidelity, and Vanguard are also reportedly having issues. For the record, my broker is Interactive Brokers. This isn't an advertisement, and I'm not getting paid for this, but I really like the broker and have never had any problems with them. Again, this isn't financial advice, just my opinion. I also want to draw your attention to the VIX. We haven't seen spikes like this in a long time. The last time was in 2020, and before that there were local spikes in 2008 and 2015. Historically, after such spikes, we usually see a market rally. What I'm saying is that if nothing breaks in the economy right now, the VIX will likely drop, and we might actually set new all-time highs. However, by the end of the year, the main phase of the recession could start, and then we'll see the market really start to decline. Again, this is just my opinion. Let's also take a look at the market forecast. What is the market predicting right now for the S&P 500? If we look at the mid-September forecast, the market is projecting a level of $540 This indicates that the market is still anticipating growth, a very significant growth, in fact. Additionally, if we look at the forecast for the end of the year, the market is projecting $560, which is close to its all-time high. This scenario is entirely possible. I've never recommended going against the market, especially when the market is predicting this kind of situation. I'd also like to draw attention to CrowdStrike. It's interesting to see that this stock is rising, and it's one of the stocks that I've opened positions in specifically by selling options. So with the current market decline, I haven't lost anything. In fact, my portfolio is only growing at the moment. Not just my public portfolio, but all of my portfolios, including those I don't share publicly, are in the green right now. That's because I've hedged my positions well and hold quality stocks. Some news has just come out, as we can see from the market's 1% rise in response. Naturally, there will be a lot of news like this throughout the day. I won't be able to record videos all day long, but we've taken a look at the market open, and given the current situation, I wouldn't be surprised if this gap is closed and we end up in the green by the end of the day. That's a real possibility. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Also, check out my video on my public portfolio. Good luck to everyone.